On the 5th day of E3, my true love gave to me.
I didn't miss you.
Alright, so E3. We've had some time to relax, to process, to digest, to marinate in all the information that was just shoved in, on, and around our brains.
I'm just really happy. Amazon they take your money when you ship it, when they ship it to you, instead of when you pre-order stuff, because I would have $0 right now.
$0. Well, I mean, there were so many good things that were announced, it's understandable that you would have felt like that. So what we're going to do is, since we took 2 weeks off, because I got really busy, we're going to give you something a little bit different. So we're going to have 5 days of E3. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and then we're going to wrap it up with probably EA, Bethesda, and Ubisoft. Not Ubisoft, Ubisoft. Because what is...
Ubiquitous.
Okay, say it with me now. Ubiquitous software. Ubiquitous. I'm going to put captions right here. Ubiquitous software. We've been teaching people
Pop
on the
quiz.
regular.
What does ubiquitous mean?
It's a lot.
A lot.
What's
You want to try again?
Yeah.
It means it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Ubiquitous
software.
means it's everyone knows what it is. Everyone's seen it.
Cool.
Ubiquitous.
See, so we're learning how to pronounce it. We're learning what it is.
Uh-huh.
All good things.
Uh-huh.
All good things. So, like I said, every day this week we're going to give you a new episode of one of the panels from E3 that we're going to discuss and talk about and stuff like that. So we're going to start with our personal favorite because obviously we're Sony fanboys.
Oh, yeah.
I will let you steer this boat because you have so many notes.
2 pages.
You have way more notes than us. So let's kick this off. Go ahead. What you got?
All right. So the biggest thing that stood out for me was it made me so happy.
Wait. Before we go into Sony,
Way to crush my dreams, man.
Look, dude, you'll get there. You will get your time. Well, so we were talking about this before we started shooting. What is the biggest thing that you were surprised about, and what was your biggest letdown? Before we go into this whole different realm of all of the EA.
Virtually anything about E3? The biggest thing about E3? Is that what you're asking?
What was your biggest surprise or the thing that made you the most excited over all E3?
The live orchestra.
What?
Yeah.
Not the games or
Nope.
the tech?
The fact that they had a live orchestra playing over their trailers just made me the happiest person. I've never seen anything like that, and that just made me very, very happy.
I did like that they played throughout the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was it was like a classier thing that Sony did, which I thought was
Super cool.
Super cool.
And they played Mars.
What was your least favorite thing or thing that you just didn't like at all?
Well, we'll have to go with EA's press conference.
Just the whole conference?
Just like, why would you announce Madden in Europe? Europe doesn't like American football. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that do, but they're all about, real football.
Well, they dedicated a lot of time to FIFA.
Well, yes, but they did the Madden announcement on their London stage.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do it?
They're trying to grow their market in other regions.
But if they don't care about the source material, why would?
Because they're trying to leverage their digital market, and they're trying to leverage their ability to do like the Madden Ultimate Teams and like the FIFA Ultimate Teams. That's where their biggest cash camel is, which was actually the thing that bugged me the most, which I'll tell you about in a second. But that's where they're trying to grow their market. So,
okay. I guess it kind of makes sense.
I can't remember his name, but like the chief competitive director, whatever his name was.
Yeah, EA does that for me. So
that's fine. That was his whole bag, was just him trying to branch out in other markets and stuff like that. So that's why they did that, because they're trying to grow it.
I guess that makes sense. It is EA, so they don't really make the best business decisions. But hey, whatever. What's your biggest?
I'll start with my worst. So
okay.
Since we're already on the topic, my worst thing was the way the EA handles their business model. Like, bugs the crap out of me. It makes me absolutely crazy. Yeah. So he was talking about FIFA, whatever the competitive officer is. I don't care enough about him to know what his name is. So he's talking about, FIFA, and they have all these different coaches and stuff like that, and you could, manage your club, and there's all this other stuff, and it's awesome, whatever. So then he's talking about these, 4 club owners, and then this 5th one comes on stage, and it's this big deal and whatever.
I remember this
okay.
now. Yep.
So while they're talking, the competitive guy from FIFA is talking to the coach that's a part of the game, and he's saying that you have a great, record and career and blah, blah, blah. Does your son play the game? And the coach said, yeah. And he said, "Oh, I bet you're, essentially what he said was, I bet you're awesome in the digital marketplace for Ultimate Teams because we've seen your portfolio and your successes. Obviously, you have the money to buy all this other stuff." So essentially what he was saying is, you have the money to give us as much as you want for the Ultimate Team to do well. He doesn't care about the game at all. That is his focal point. His focal point is the digital market for your Madden Ultimate Teams, your... I'm sorry, I'm getting over a cold. Yeah, I have allergies or something.
Oh.
Like the FIFA Ultimate Teams, EA is all about their digital marketplace and you spending the extra money on there. It's not even their season passes, it's the extra 5, 10, 15
microtransactions.
Yeah. And I hate that business model. I absolutely hate it.
It's fine for a free-to-play game. It's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
But like when you're playing competitively, because their other big thing was like the 3 different tiers of competitive gameplay, and now you're talking about how important the financial part of that is to even be relevant. Like that makes me, I hate that business model. It's like disgusting from a gamer standpoint.
Yeah.
As competitive as I am in the games that I play, I have zero desire to do anything like that with EA. And like I don't care about sports all that much anyway, but like if you're gonna start doing that with like Battlefield and stuff like that I do care about, like no.
Ooh,
like no.
yeah.
I'm not about all that. And that was probably the most frustrating and disappointing thing out of the entire EA conference was just that whole I don't care about the game anymore. We're going after your digital microtransactions, and I just think that's tacky. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
So, most positive, the God of War trailer was fan-flippin-tastic.
Completely agree.
Could not be more excited about it. I know they haven't really said if they're rebooting the franchise or if it's a continuation.
It's a sequel.
I kind of because
they've come out and said it.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I didn't say at the time I hadn't caught that because his color palette's the same, his tattoos are the same. I know it's a different voice actor, but he still got that gravelly kind of voice or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a beard. I love that dynamic because Kratos has essentially had two speeds. He comes in angry and he comes in horny. And
that's about it.
And that's all you get. It was very like 2-dimensional, and that's all you got from him. So then you watch the trailer, and it's him, and he's trying to teach apparently his son how to hunt, and he's really hard on him.
Yep.
And then my favorite part of the entire trailer was like the last 5 seconds, where the kid has to get the deer.
Oh yeah.
And then he goes to put his hand, and then he stops, and then he just grabs a knife and hands it to him. I'm like, I'm gonna love this game. It's gonna peel back all these different layers of Kratos that we haven't seen before. It's gonna be like an older, like seasoned, like angry but compassionate kind of Kratos, and then like the hand-to-hand like brutal combat in it.
It's gonna be cool.
There were so many cool things. Like it was very Last of Us-y in the way that like the style it was, as far as you and a companion, and there's little like heartfelt moments, and even the tone of it felt very Last of Us, and
That seems to be the thing that Sony's doing now.
like that style.
Yeah, the dramatic, very deep, dark narrative.
Well, because I think that's what we want now. It's counter to the microtransactions, just pay money and run around.
Yeah, but you got Sony that all of their first-party studios are doing that stuff, and then you look at Xbox and you make fun of them for all they have is bro shooters. So it's like you're on the same level. You're only doing one thing. You're just on different sides of the spectrum.
Well, like anything, if you're gonna have a successful business, you have to figure out what your niche is and then master it. And I think that's what all of them are doing. Sony is mastering the dark narrative story with beautiful graphics and really intricate gameplay. Microsoft is mastering their bro shooter, funny, dynamic, crazy.
So you've
whatever.
got Sony's DC, and Xbox is Marvel.
And Nintendo.
And Nintendo is IDW or Boom.
Dark
Probably
Horse,
Boom.
yeah. So best and worst. I was gonna say that my worst was them not announcing anything for Red Dead Redemption, like the prequel, because I really thought
I think
they were
EO
going
takes
to.
a take on that one. Though.
But I mean, what are you gonna do? So whatever. All right, let's do this. Sony, go.
Sony. I was so excited. So my first piece of notes, which is strewn throughout, is the orchestra fact. It's just orchestra all night, orchestra, just playing along with everything. I freaking love it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, what are we watching? I'm like, this is Horizon. I see a little kid. It's running through. I'm like, this must be the opening for Horizon. And then freaking Kratos steps out of the shadow, and I'm just like,
So beardy.
And like, I was so excited. I was
Yeah.
like bouncing. Oh, it's great stuff.
Everything about that looked awesome.
that his weapon looked really cool. It's, it's going with the blue tinges instead of the red.
And he had
color palettes.
like the magic thing. Like he threw it and then like he grabbed it and just summed it and like, I don't need the chains anymore. I've been fighting with the chains since I was like 13. I don't need it anymore.
And he's demigod, so it doesn't matter when it takes place. It could be like thousands of years in the future. Even if it is, he's a demigod. He can live forever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's a good point.
It's great. I'm so excited about that.
Nice. I like it.
And then, of course, we covered that already, so it doesn't matter. And then they go into the trailer for what I thought was Dead Don't Ride. Sony Ben's game. Sony Ben has been working on a game for so long. I'm like, I don't know when they're going to put something out. And then their name pops up. I'm like, what is this? And I see the motorcycle gang twist of everything. I'm like, this would be pretty cool. Of course, they don't show much about it because it was just a trailer. What'd you think?
So we keep on talking about like the Last of Us 5 that Sony's doing. So I kept on reading that this was going to be like the spiritual successor to The Last of Us, which is a really, really big thing to say. And I don't think that anybody's ever going to be able to like handle that true thing. Because it looked so zombie World War Z shooty. Because it was just gallons of zombies. Gallons and gallons of them just flying out of the thing.
That's totally them playing with the power of the PS4. They're trying to throw as much crap on the screen to see if they can bog down that frame rate.
Okay.
And it's just not working.
Because it looked so great. It looked fantastic, and he was just shooting,
spraying them.
Because everybody kept on saying like, "Why don't you run? Why don't you run?" It's exactly what you said. They're trying to prove that they can do this, and it's going to look good and not drop out.
Yep.
So I don't know. I need to see more of it before I commit to it.
And clarification. Shuhei has actually came out and said all of the games we saw at E3 were playing on a stock PS4 and not Neo.
Good.
Great. Great news. Okay, the next one, my personal favorite. We got October 25th is going to be a very expensive day. The Last Guardian finally drops.
Okay. I could not care less about this game.
Did you play Eco?
Yeah.
Did you play Shadow of the Colossus? And you don't want to play Last Guardian just to see what they did? You're not suspiciously curious?
I'm just confused about a bunch of stuff. Like, the art styles are totally different between the character and the animals. Why?
It's that airbrushy...
So is it intentional? So is this...
It's an art direction. That's how Eco and Shadow of the Colossus were. It's like an airbrushy looking, really artsy feel.
I just think it's one of those things where I've waited for so long, I've heard about it for so long, where I just kind of lost my interest in it. I just don't care about it anymore. Like, I like the concept of you're this kid, and there's all these different, like... dogs that can fly, whatever. What are they called? The creatures.
Bird dog.
Bird dog. Man, bear, pig. I just don't care.
I think it looks great. I think everything about it looks really cool. It's not going to be like a masterpiece of a game by any means, but it's going to be at least like a 7.
Like I saw the E3 reaction. Like the second they put on like October 25th, 2016, like they erupted. So I know that the drive is there, like that following is there. I'll watch you play it, I guess, if you stream some video. I just don't care.
It's like, which is going to suffer, it's going to suffer from hype. It's not going to be as good as the hype is putting it out to be, but it's still going to be a good game.
Are we 10 years out?
When was the last time they announced it? It's got to be right around there, maybe 9. I don't remember when they announced it.
If you're going to take like near a decade to make a game, you better just rock entire universe.
I want to know the story behind it because I feel like there's some kind of falling out with everything that's going on inside of it. So I don't think it's been in production this whole time.
Do you think they'll do like a featurette, like this is the why, like the road to October or something?
If they do that, if they put another disc in that case and to make me buy that game, you better believe I will buy it because I want to know the whole story behind this.
I think it would be weird for them not to, considering how much like not really even controversy, just like speculation. Like
I'd pay $60 just for that movie. Honestly. So that's just, I love the
there you go, Sony. Yeah. Now you figured out how to get $60 out of Cam.
Come on, Team Eco. I know, so that's what's up. Okay, next.
Cam knows sign language. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
I was right on my pencil.
That's fine.
Next, we saw gameplay.
Of?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes.
That game, they have something masterful on their hands with that game. From what I've heard from, Giant Bomb, kind of funny, playing the game behind closed doors. Even Colin, my main dude I listen to.
Your spirit animal?
He tweeted out that he knows there's something big with it. This game is going to be freaking huge. That just makes me all the more excited to play it. Everything about it looks great. You have dialogue choices. There's RPG elements. When she tamed that antelope thing.
Yeah, and then rode it.
And then hopped on it. And I guess you could tame almost all of the dinosaur things.
Oh,
They
cool.
do different things. So if you do like the wolves fight alongside you. That sounds like so much fun.
I just don't want to play as a girl. I'm kidding. No, it looks really good. I wasn't on board until I saw the full. Sit down. I wasn't on board until I saw the full tech demo where she tames that thing, she rides it or whatever, and then that weird creature that comes out of nowhere and spits something at the other monster and like takes it over, like corrupts it or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That huge like Zelda looking monster. That's when I clued in. I didn't care about it at all. I was like, all right, this is Lara Croft but in the future, but it's medieval because she's tech, but she's tech from back in the day. So it's dystopian, but it's technological, which doesn't make any sense.
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic.
Yep.
But I didn't care at all until she got to the point where she was fighting that huge monster and all the different, like her tether arrow where she was trying to like anchor it.
That's cool.
And then the different, the way that she could focus in the different parts. That's where it got really interesting because I feel like you have to spend a lot of time to figure out the puzzle to beat all these, and you have to do it like in real time.
Yeah, it's great.
So I think it'll be really interesting. I'm like any of the games at E3. We just got a taste of this much bigger picture. But I'm really confident that's going to be one of the bigger games that come out next year.
Well, speaking of bigger pictures, I made a note here. Whenever you're this is a direct to you people that make your press conferences. If you're streaming your videos and there's nothing going on stage except the person playing the game or virtually nothing. If there's nothing going on stage, don't show the stage. Don't do a full pan of the stage with the video playing on a tiny screen. You have the technology to just show the video. There's no reason we need to see the stage. We can't see what people's thumbs are doing. It doesn't matter.
Are you saying like the panning shots where they'll do like full and then they'll cut it back and they'll see the stage?
You see the stage with like no one standing there, or a guy standing there like looking down with the controller. No one wants to see that. No one cares.
It's shot variety. It's production stuff. It's
Microsoft, I'm looking at you. You annoyed me.
I don't know. People get bored if they look at one. So like our videos, we have a one-shot camera, so it's us and it's one shot, and it's kind of boring. But there's not a whole lot we can do.
How can it be boring? We're seeing gameplay of a freaking awesome video game.
But it's shot variety. I think that's them trying to make sure that they have something for like different shots that they have to use for the entire.
Whoever's on your video editing team, I'm so frustrated.
So whoever the production manager is, the stage manager is for that show.
Sony did it perfectly right because they only panned when they needed to, which was never because there's no one on stage ever. I'm very fired up and annoyed the poop out of me. Made me not want to watch it, honestly. Because I was like, man, I'm getting into this. Oh, now I can't really see it. This is great. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm done with that.
You feel better? You good? Your chest?
Now, we're going to talk about a little game called Detroit.
Let's break it down.
Becoming Human.
Oh, yeah.
And how great this looks. Finally, we see what Quantic Dream's doing.
So they made Heavy Rain. They made Beyond Two Souls.
Correct.
I have played neither.
You've never played Heavy Rain? I've never played Beyond Two Souls.
I heard it wasn't all that great.
But Heavy Rain was great.
I heard that was fantastic.
I loved Heavy Rain. I think I've been through that like at least 3 times.
The art style of it, the concept of it, the fact that you are an android and the spiral of decisions.
Yeah, that's just crazy. And each like little set piece, you can go so many different ways. You only have a certain amount of time to do whatever you need to do. There's you can look at things that don't matter, that are just time wasters. Like there's a pot of boiling water, and if you go over and check it out, it wastes some of your time. So you have less time to save the little girl. That's just awesome.
So my concern about that game is if you let me restart it the second I make my decision, I'm going to lose interest in it. Because I think that it needs to be like a one-shot linear thing. Once you start the game, you have all these decisions to make, and you can't go back until you're done.
I mean, you could delete your save and start back over in Heavy Rain. That's how that worked.
Yeah, I just think that's weird. Like, if I am able to just kind of go back to my last checkpoint and try it again to get like whatever ending I want, and then progress to the next one.
I don't think you can. I mean, I don't remember Heavy Rain. It's been a few years since I played it, but I don't think you could just pop back to a checkpoint.
Okay. Because then I'm alright with that. Because I just think it would cheapen my decision if I know that I can go back and make a new decision and then make it better. I just think that you should make your decision and live with it, and make your decision and live with it, and then keep on progressing.
That's probably like a gameplay choice. Because, I mean, you can always just go in and delete your save and start over.
Yeah,
but
if you do that, I mean, you're putting more effort in. I'm just saying that there needs to not be a little feature where I can just hit restart or do over or try again.
Oh, yeah, you at least have to close the whole game out.
Okay.
And, like, make sure it doesn't save and collect data and all that.
Then, I mean, it looks interesting. The art style looks interesting. The concept looks interesting. I'm willing to take that ride. I think it'll be really interesting, so we'll see.
Cool. And then we have...
Hold on, we're at 20 minutes? Ugh.
Before, there was Kitchen.
Now there's nothing.
And Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Biohazard.
Yeah.
And in Japan, it's called Biohazard 7, Resident Evil.
Weird.
I love it.
Yeah, did you play the demo?
No.
I did.
I have it downloaded.
I've played it multiple times. It is very scary.
Cool. I'm excited. Anyway, then the orchestra played Mars. If you know what Mars is, please comment, because I love that song. And then we got an exact date for PSVR, October 16th.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of 2016, there will be 50 games available for
My concern is that we have no idea what the price margin is. And I've seen what looks like a lot of little one-shot short episodes.
Yeah.
And if you're going to give it to me for $20, that's one thing. If you're going to give me free demos on PlayStation Plus, that's one thing.
Yeah.
If you're going to charge me like $80 to $90 because it's VR, after you're charging me $400 for the system...
Take a step back and realize we're talking about Sony.
Yeah.
They don't jack prices up for no reason.
PlayStation Move.
PlayStation Move, the price wasn't that ridiculous.
In the
just
beginning,
wasn't used.
and they didn't support it.
Well, yeah, they did.
That's my concern, that they're going to launch the VR, they're going to not support it. And
I almost
the
said a bad word. Bah! I bought a Vita day one. Spent a lot of money on it. I don't remember how much because I didn't care. I wanted a Vita.
$2,200.
$20,000. They stopped supporting the Vita now.
Hmm?
So what's...
They're still making Vita games.
Well, they're still making Vita games, but it's dead.
Okay.
But okay, never mind. I just proved my own point because the memory cards were ridiculously expensive.
Dang it. So, I like the concept of it. I like that Rocksteady's making a Batman VR game. Every VR demo that I saw looks really, really cool. But my primary concern is that when we buy this thing, because we're getting one, so we'll do a whole bunch of tech demos, I just don't know what the price margin is going to be for this software. And it concerns me that they're going to leverage the fact that it's in VR, so it has to be more expensive, so we can pay our production teams to do that. And that it's going to be so unaffordable.
I don't
Or
know
the
if
stuff
go
that they have is going to be so short that it's not going to be worth it. Like, I love the idea of an Arkham game, but if they're just going to put me a first-person Batman game, am I really going to care all that much?
Well, I'll get to that here in a second. But what we've seen demo-wise, we saw Farpoint, which was that sci-fi shooter, which looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the X-Wing VR mission in Battlefront.
Yes.
Which, that sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd pay $15 to play something like that.
I would pay $15 to $20 for all of these one-shot episodes. Yeah. Yes.
And then you saw the Arkham VR and the hands-on. I've heard mixed. From Giant Bomb, they were lukewarm on it. They said it was neat, but that it needed a lot of work. Which this is the first time Rocksteady's tried to do something like this on VR. But Greg Miller, from Kind of Funny, he was all about it. Because it's like, it put him in the shoes of Batman. You're riding this elevator down, you reach up, you put the cowl on, you put your hand in gloves, you can reach over and pick up pictures of your mom and dad, and just, while you're riding the elevator down to the Batcave, and then you pop out.
Who has pictures in an elevator that you can grab?
Well, he's riding a piano. Like, you have to push keys on a piano, and then it starts dropping down. And
can you play all of Chopsticks?
I don't know. He didn't try, because it just tells you to play certain 3 keys.
See,
but
lame.
My guess is they're going to let you play the piano, because that's easy to program into. Anyway, but I guess, spoilers, for the game. You pop out, you get a call, you pop out, and you're trying to investigate how Nightwing died. He's got a broken neck, so you just do the detective mode thing. And you just, and the movement, I guess, you see like a bat symbol, and you just like kind of move over to it.
I'm like kind of disappointed that you told me that.
It's the beginning of the game.
I know! You spoiled the whole reason that I would play the game.
The beginning of the game.
Yeah! All it said in the tech demo, or in the trailer, was just Joker, and then you put the cowl on. I had no plot story at all.
Sorry you don't know how it's going to play. Surprise, Nightwing's dead. Dick Grayson got his neck broke.
I'm a little bummed out.
It's probably not even him.
I hope not.
But anyway.
I hope it's like Hush or something.
You have to do the whole...
like Clayface or something.
You have to do the whole detective mode thing to investigate. You pick stuff up. You do the whole... You, like, grab a dial and you rewind and play forward. And like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. And then they did this thing with Final Fantasy 15, and you get to play as Prompto, which... Hooray. That just looked like an on-rail shooter. Like a shooting gallery thing. No thanks. And then I'm watching this video thinking it's another VR demo in space. I'm like, wow, this looks really fun. They're popping around, you like ripping masks off and just space explosions. I'm like, this is cool. And it's like Call of Duty. I'm like, I might be on board for this one. Yeah. I honestly might buy this one. I haven't bought a Call of Duty since never.
It looked way better than I thought it was going to be. I've been crapping on Call of Duty like we all have via the internet. It looks surprisingly good. So, all right, final thoughts about Sony because we got to wrap this up because we're running long.
I didn't even get to the best one.
We'll get to the best one. Okay,
fine. Crash Bandicoot.
No.
Yay, it's back. That's exciting, especially since it was in. Okay, Skylanders. Yes, I was gonna.
No.
Trying to lead people on with a spoiler, and I was just gonna leave it blank.
No, you're fine. I think they're rebranding Crash. So it was where you were going to say, and they're putting it in Skylanders Imaginators to kind of give it to a younger audience.
Yeah.
Then they're giving us the 3 next year to rebrand it, and then I think at the end of the year, if it sells well, they'll give us a brand new fresh Crash.
Yep.
And Spider-Man, PlayStation 4 exclusive.
Spider-Man and Hideo Kojima's story was really weird. Yay.
Yeah, Death Stranding. So, all right. So that was Sony. Day 1 in the books. We're talking Sony, and it was great because it's Sony, and Sony conference with Sony. So I'm excited about it. So let us know what you're excited about. Let us know what you're concerned about. If you're excited about VR, if you're concerned about VR, if you don't care about Death Stranding, if you've played the Resident Evil 7 demo, please let me know how it ended for you because there are so many different ways that can end depending on what you do.
Does Dick Grayson die?